Sure. Oh yeah, you could absolutely do that. Um, it's just a little bit more difficult to calculate your true P&L. So if I know that my P&L is my divergence less my CLP yield plus funding rate yield, it makes it really, really simple to calculate my P&L. So that was the reason why I entered out of range like that. Also, I didn't want to swap the ETH that I had borrowed. I didn't want to swap that for USDC to enter the position in range. But you could absolutely enter a CLP in range, hedge away your positive deltas, and then you're pseudo delta neutral and you're earning yield on the CLP and the positive funding rate on the perpstex hedge. You could absolutely do that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Also wanted to maintain short deltas. I'm not exactly, I'm not after pseudo delta neutral. I actually want to be short. So, the system is long Bitcoin on Aave with a Bitcoin hedge, a correlated borrow, and short ETH using, a CLP and a perpstex. So those two things together, if ETH continues this trend of losing value in Bitcoin terms for the next couple of weeks, great. This strategy will work really, really well. So that's kind of the basis of this. Is I'm not convinced that ETH suddenly starts to outperform BTC. I also want Bitcoin exposure because I think it's probably best to not try to trade Bitcoin and instead to just own it, because I think that there's this structural bid under Bitcoin that will likely push it much, much higher over the course of years. So I'd rather just own it rather than trading it. But altcoins are so volatile, I think it makes sense to trade them. I just need some type of an edge. And so the strategy here with the CLP yield and the funding rate yield, hey, as long as I'm right on direction and ETH moves just a little bit lower, then this will do really, really well. But the way that you enter, you don't have to enter, Josh, single-sided out of range. You could enter in range and then use a perpstex to hedge away your positive deltas. Then you achieve pseudo delta neutrality at that point. And then all you would have to do is rebase your hedge. So either rebalance the CLP or adjust the size of your hedge on the perpstex based on your market bias.